Alhamdulillah. We thank Allah once again for bringing us on this platform, the last edition before Ramadan, or probably I think we still have one more rather, inshallah. We hope and pray that Allah will preserve us to witness more Ramadan in our lives. Tonight, inshallah, we are looking at Ramadan and the fast of the Salaf. Last edition, we look at Ramadan and matters arising. But this edition, we want to see how our preconceptions in faith actually lived with Ramadan and how they were able to use it as a month of reconstruction, reconnection, and the likes with their Lord. But the first thing we are doing tonight is for us to be reminded that the activities in Ramadan are of two categories. We have the daily activities and the night activities. As regards the daily activities in Ramadan, you have to program and plan your activities to be conscious of some acts which are for the day and those that are for the night. So everything we are doing in Ramadan, they fall into either of the two, either the day or the night. For example, in the day, you are going to have observance of Salatul Zuhr and Asr, for example. Those one comes during the day in Ramadan. So when we go to the Salaf, of which I'm going to mention shortly, you will see how they invest in their night and in their days. So for Ramadan, activities which hold in the day include observance of Subuhi, Zuhr, and Asr. These prayers are not just that you observe them. You observe them by being conscious of all that go with them. The nawafil preparations, for example, to maximize the reward of Ramadan. For a male especially, you will perform ablution from the house. You set out, you say the prayer for going to the mosque. Allahumma ja'ala fi qalbi nura, wa fi sam'i nura, wa fi basari nura, wa an yamini nura, wa an yasari nura, wa amami nura, wa khalifi nura, wa fawqi nura, wa ta'ati nura, Allahumma ati nura. This prayer itself has impact on you as you have implored Allah to grant, to make light over, its lights surround you. Then you go to the mosque, you enter, you do the prayer from the mosque, enter with your right leg. Another prayer again. Allahumma ftahli abwab rahmatika. You pray for Allah to open his door of mercy for you. Then you observe the head of mercy, get ready for the azan, you get the salat, you pray nawafil, so on and so forth. So that one comes up in the day. Also, we have flower of the Quran. In Ramadan, you must have your Quran, you carry it, either your iPad or your mobile for anyone, you carry it everywhere you go. In fact, an hour should not go without you being with the Quran. No matter what you are doing, you have to create time to just quickly dash to the Quran, read some pages, read some lines, you go back. So it's a month of the Quran, as we shall see this from the Salaf lifestyle. Then also Ishraq, when you finish your Subuhi, try to, it's not like you start after Subuhi. Sleep is not the method to go. After Subuhi. You are meant to just make sure that you engage in ibadat during after Subuhi. You are meant to ensure that you create time, because Prophet says that Allahumma barik fi bukuri ummati, Allah bless the money of my ummah. It's not good that you will now be like that. You will not do ibadah. It's not time for sleep really. So you pray your Ishraq, then Salat to Duha, 2 rakas, 4, 6, 8 or more. That one comes in the afternoon also. Then I feel before Zuhr, 4, after Zuhr, 2, past 3, 2, and like that too. Then tafsir, you attend tafsir circle, askar, sadaqah, and the like. These activities come up in the day. So in Ramadan, try to draw the two, you plot the two graphs, afternoon activities, night activities. As for the night, you commence with your Maghrib. So just as you should always try to be in the moment before before the Azan is open as a target. Then the moment before the Azan is made, you will achieve more things. You will achieve nafla before the salah, you will achieve dua before the salah, and so on and so forth. So for the night activities, Maghrib is there, Isha is there. You put nafla before Maghrib, after Isha, before Maghrib, Tarawih, Qiyamul Layl, special dua when the sun is set and when you're breaking the fast. Then I know itikaf comes up in the night also, Walatul Qadri, and so on and so forth. These activities are the ones that come up in the night. So for this coming Ramadan, you start trying to write on your own, write out all the activities that you do in the afternoon. For the one in the afternoon, you now try to locate or see which activities will affect, or which action will affect you're not having your salat at that time. This one you have to look at it and see how you can prevent them. Now, coming to the Salaf, as we want to address, when we say the Salaf, the companions, the Tabi'in, and those that follow them, how were they, going about Ramadan? What was their main focus? What were they able to do? Let's start with one of them, Imam Malik, Imam Malik, Ibn Anas. We read that Imam Malik in Ramadan, we read that the story Imam Dar Hijrah. How was his name? What the that start all classes at this circle. We will even avoid sitting with scholars for knowledge interaction. So we focus basically on reading the Quran in Ramadan. That is what we have on record about Imam Malik. We will not focus on Tilawat. But today, let's look at our own lifestyle. If an imam will stop purpose of learning as far as we are concerned, looking at us on our social media platforms, different handles on Facebook, on Instagram, we need to look at that angle and see how we'll avoid being there all the time. That is about Imam Malik, so that he will stop, his classes. Now, when you now come to Imam Sufyan al-Thawri, as for him, we said, he said, إِذَا دَخَلَ رَمَضَانَ تَرْكَ جَمِيعَ الْإِبَادَاتِ. They said that when Ramadan starts, Imam Thawri will not do any other thing. وَأَقْبَلَ عَلَى قِرَاءَةِ الْقُرْآنِ. He will just focus on Quran alone, no other ibadah. As for Imam al-Thawri, you can see again that the focus was the Quran, because it is Sharul Quran alladhi unzila fihi al-Quran. Also, we have Imam Muhammad Ismail al-Bukhari. That's Bukhari. Bukhari. When he preaches, Tarawi, Tarawi, he will now read a full Quran. In 3 days to finish the Quran. That was for Imam al-Bukhari when it's in time of Ramadan. Then also we have Sa'id ibn Jubair. In his own case, we read that Sa'id ibn Jubair will complete one Quran in every 2 nights, as focusing on the Quran also. We call have Al-Walid ibn Abdul Malik and the Khulafa. In his own case, for every Ramadan, he will recite 17 Qurans. He will complete Quran 17 times. And as far as but outside Ramadan, he normally recites 3 Quran every 3 days. Now you can see the concern was on the Quran. Then Qatada, who also, we read that he will study the Quran especially in Ramadan, for we study Quran only for 7 days, but in Ramadan, in every 3 days, we read the Quran. But when it's the last 10 days of Ramadan, you will finish the Quran one per night. Because of the last 10 days specialty, you complete the Quran one per night. These are the Salaf we're talking about. Then coming to Rabi' ibn Sulaiman, one of the students of Imam Shafi'i, he said that Imam Shafi'i, outside Ramadan, will recite 30 Quran, monthly. When Ramadan comes, he will complete 60 Quran, outside the month of Ramadan. Then we have as for Waqi' al-Jarrah, we read also that one will complete one Quran and one third every night of the Quran. And beside that very one again, you will do other ibadah as you wanted. Looking beyond that again, we have also the case of now you want to ask and wonder that, but the Prophet has said that one should not read Quran, that one who reads less than 3 days will not understand. On this question, Imam Sheikh Ibn Rajab, while referring to the Hanbali school, relates that yes, there's an hadith the Prophet forbid that one should not finish Quran. أقل من ثلاث ليالي أو الأيام, that will not come more than less than 3 days, that the person will not understand. I said the reason is that the Prophet was talking about the mudawama, that if one starts to finish the Quran every 3 days, can the person sustain it throughout his life? It's more or less to caution the person so that he will live his life reading the Quran. That was the essence there. He now said that on special moments, places, Matan was Zaman, one can read Quran less than those days. He now mentioned Ramadan as one of the special things of Ramadan, as well as if one is in Makkah, he encourages that one read the Quran more, especially in the month of the last 10 days. Now, before that very one again, that's the one about the Quranic reading. So the project here is that this coming Ramadan, inshallah, based on this, the Salaf will focus more on in fact, more than 70% on the Quran. So, and there's no way better than them in many ways. So we should equally have, with this very one said now, and the clarification of Ibn Rajab, it means you can read the Quran more than once, more than thrice, more than 10 times, and so on and so forth. What matters is you observe the rules and create the time. That was for Ramadan. Now that one now queries us, as we discussed last week on the issue of matters arising. You see, as for matters arising, one of the challenges there was the issue of the social media. So we don't need to make sure we organize ourselves to avoid being present on social media much. Then the second thing is nafaqah. In Ramadan for the Salaf, what we have was that they invested a lot of monetary things in Ramadan. Even Abbas, radiallahu anhu, he said that كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أجود الناس بالخير وكان أجود ما يكون في شهر رمضان. Their prophet was the most generous person, and he was most generous when Ramadan comes. On this very one, we see that this is a period that people will be in need, they will need assistance. Imam Shafi'i, rahimahullah, said that أحب الرجل الزيادة بالجود في شهر رمضان. Imam Shafi'i said, I so much love that somebody will increase his sadaqah, his spending for the sake of Allah in Ramadan, because it's explained by saying that one, if one can spend more in Ramadan, then it's iqtidahi bi Rasul. You are emulating the Prophet. وَالْحَاجَةِ النَّاسِ فِيهِ إِلَى مَصَالِحِهِمْ. And that people are busy trying to involve in bada, do some other things. For that alone, they need such. Most of them are busy with fasting, with salah. They don't have time. If you now feed them, you provide for them, you get more reward in Ramadan. That one is there. Then Ibn Umar, who we read that when he breaks fast, when he completes the praying salat, Even Umar will leave for his house. When he goes there, he will organize the masakin. Those who are needy, they will come to him and they'll be fast together. There was one time Umar he was having his store, and one needy person came and asked for food. They said one was sitting with his family. What he did was that his own portion from the food, he took it and go and meet the person and give him. By the time he comes back, he realized that the family has finished eating their food. Let us know how they were very concerned about feeding others. That was that. Then we have the case of Ibn Shihab as Zahari. Ibn Shihab said that إذا دخل رمضان فإنما إذا دخل رمضان that starts. We will not start to observe prayers. We pray Nafla, we read Quran, we give we give people food to eat. That was Ibn Shihabu Az-Zahari. To confirm that the Salaf, they feed people more in Ramadan than any other month. You know, we are Hamad Ibn Suleiman. In his own case, we read that Hamad Ibn Suleiman would feed 500 people in every day in Ramadan, and we give each of them 100 dirham after each to confirm that this Salah they spend so much in this giving food in the month of Ramadan. Then we now come to Umar bin Khattab. We read also that when Ramadan comes like this, Umar will say, Marhaban, Mutahhirina min al-dhunubi. He will say, oh, welcome, the glorious one, the bosom friend, welcome, that one which purifies us from our sin. So they saw it as a moment when one sin is cleansed. That was Umar bin Khattab saying that. Then we come to Ali bin Abi Talib. Anhu. He said, Man kana hamuhu ma yudkhilu ila jawfihi kanat qimatuhu ma yukhriju minhu. That if one concern is about what one will eat, what to come to your stomach, then be sure that your what will be what will bring out of your everything you have eaten. So then also we have it was said to Ahanaf. There was a man called Ahanaf, Ibn Uqay, annual. It was told that that man was aged. He has become old. When that one and he was still fasting, was an old person was still fasting. People now told him that in not a shaykhun kabir, you are an old man, you are aged. So don't why not you the old when you fast, it will weaken you. So you try to avoid fasting again. What did the man reply them with? He said that Inni u'iduhu li safarin tawilin. I am fasting by so doing and preparing myself for that long journey. والصبر على طاعة الله سبحانه أهون من الصبر على عذابه. Patience, to obey Allah is what is better, is easier than patience on Allah's punishment. That was another Salaf talking of who was even aged, still fasting. Then Abu Muhammad in Laban, he said that there was a man that prayed for people in Baghdad then. Throughout Ramadan, he prayed Tarawih for them. And this person, after Tarawih, will not stand in Salat, will not pray until it was the Sahur time. We will not have time to even rest at all. That one too was the Salaf, and how they pray for a longer time in the night of Ramadan. The Ibn Umar bin Khattab, Brother Anihu, he ordered, instructed Ubay bin Kab and Tamim Ad-Dari to lead people in Salat Jama'ah for Tarawih. And these companions were reading minimum of 200 verses for each rakah until they will pray till it was almost Sahur time. That most times they have to rush to go and take their Sahur. These and many more are some of the ways of the Salaf. We can see about three major things there. One is the Quranic they devoted more time for Quran. Second was they stay very long in their salat. So this can achieve the month of Ramadan, inshallah. So having said that, we can read more about that, about the salah. We brought this one up for us to know that these predecessors, they try so much for the religion, for the deen of Islam, their way of fasting and improving their ways for Ramadan. This inshallah to know. And finally for tonight, my dear listeners, don't forget that this month of Ramadan we are talking about is the month you realize that there are some happenings in Ramadan that you want to ask, why is it so? For example, most people will come to the month of Ramadan. You see them coming, most will be filled up. People, commit less sin in the month of Ramadan and so on and so forth. We ask Allah in His infinite mercy to forgive our shortcomings, guide us aright, and inshallah, we pray that this coming Ramadan, by last grace, will be a special one in our life. We'll be able to spend the time so well that we will not regret doing that. But you can do one thing as a way of you can have a Ramadan file, a Ramadan book, records of your successes. So when you are, as we are expecting the month of Ramadan, and your prayer must cover a lot of things. The prayer must cover that Allah should preserve your life till Ramadan. Must cover the fact that when you even witness the month, Allah should help you pray to Allah that He should make it easy for you to fast. All that can make you to become lazy, to become negligent, you pray against them. Then three is that you pray to Allah that apart from making those ibadah easy for you, Allah should free your mind from show off in any form and accept all efforts you are going to make there. Allah should make you able to increase your ibadah in the month of Ramadan. These are some of the prayers we have to be saying from now. Before those things you want to do in Ramadan, put them in prayers. Where I want to do tilawa, I want to do sadaqah, all those things you want to do, put them in your prayers now, and inshallah, by Allah's grace, if Allah answers the prayers, you realize that you'll be fortunate to be able to do more in this coming Ramadan. May Allah forgive us all and get us right. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi. Take comments, questions, inshallah, now for tonight's session on the Salaf, first of the Salaf and Ramadan, inshallah. Barakallahu feena jamia. Shukran lakum. So for those who have questions, clarifications, inshallah, you can make them now. Are we there? Okay. Salatullahi. If you have questions and comments, send to the chat box or you signify. Salam Alexander, go ahead.
Okay, sir. My question is that I've been in a situation before that someone was trying to tell me that you don't have to read too much of the Quran during Ramadan while you are not paying attention to the meaning. Like why you're not paying attention to the meaning, like checking the transliteration, doing tadabbur. So then I had another opinion that since the Quran, like reading is more rewarding than taking tadabbur at that time.
All right, I think from what I've had tonight, that's why I brought this very discussion up. The Salaf, our predecessors in faith, that was their style. Reading is an ibadah. Ikra, kira'a. You get the point now. Ikra, bismi rabbika. So reading is clear as a way of relating with the Quran. Tadabbur is a way of relating with the Quran. Tafsir of the Quran. So there are many avenues. Each of them have their context. is a special month. It's not Ramadan alone you are going to understand all the meaning of the Quran. Being a month of the Quran, that reading itself has its own spiritual impact on the soul. That's why you find more people, the majority of people to read more. Not everybody can understand the Quran and get the meaning in total. But it's equally part of what one should endeavor to have a plan or project to understand part of the Quran. But the Salaf that we know, they read more of Quran than even same with Tadabbur. So Allah, do we have any other ideas that Quran will say that they study on Quran throughout the whole year? But this Ramadan, it's a special month, it's a Zaman in terms of the period. So it's a function of individual and how they want to dispose to it. So reading the Quran is an ibadah on its own. Tadabbur is another form of ibadah, and only Allah determines which one, is of higher reward. We as human beings, okay, probably the tadabbur, you get more reward because you are reading the meaning. So, but that one we are all seeking reward from Allah, and Allah is to decide what happens to each individual. Allah. But I used to have other place.
Welcome. Now, my question is, as we all know, the Prophet Sallallahu and the Salaf, those that have gone, the way of sighting the moon is it is the way the Prophet Sallallahu and the way it has explained. But now, because due to some science and some other things, because we have lunar and we have solar. For instance, like our solar, the fixing of some of our solar, maybe basically on the solar something that you have. So even the next 1 week, we will know the time that we may pray. But that of now, the sighting of the moon, some people, they are now coming to the fact that, okay, we can also start Ramadan so period based on that. How can we explain this, please, sir, so that to guide us?
As far as time is concerned, these are debates among the scholars over almost every year. They debate this very one. But the balanced opinion is that Islam is not against science, as long as it's not what the science says is not against the spirit of Islam. So what we only caution against is that Allah yaf'alu ma yasha. Allah can make what at times we feel should be this way, the other way at times. So Islam is not against right knowledge that can make us enjoy some things easier. Which in the area of sighting the moon now, there have been a lot of scientific breakthroughs or instrument or tool that could be used to make things easy. So as for a fast of Ramadan, we only use those things to facilitate sighting the moon. We can't prefix it because the standing instruction is what we have to start looking for the moon when it's 29 of Shaban. If you don't see the moon, then we count 30. So by that very provision, it means there must be effort to sight the moon, because Allah is the controller of all those things that we think we are using. So at times technology can fail at times. So we need to combine the two so that we don't fall a victim of doing the wrong thing at times. Allah. So fixing it ahead, we have to discourage it by, as some people normally do, because there's nothing wrong to wait till the day before now to do Allah. So the question is that because of this thing, okay, some ask that maybe can one avoid going to the mosque so that one can do personal tilawah? No, you cannot avoid going to the mosque for tarawih. Like, look at the companions. Umar instructed Tamim Mudari and others to lead them in prayers, and they will pray till even they get to almost a sahur time. So the idea of, because personal Quran, you avoid the mosque, no, one should not do that. You just create time for your own to do more about that very one. So may Allah assist us, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. There's one question in the chat box. Okay, there's a question here also that there's a question that considering the fact that the Salaf understand Arabic, so they basically they basically understand what they are reading. Can I read the Quran in English as well, because I want to understand what I'm reading? Will I be rewarded equally, or I should just read the Arabic Quran completely? And the question here is, you can't read the English and call it Quran. That's not Quran at all. It's almost half. When you say Quran, is the Arabic reading. So you can create time, read the English to get the meaning, but you can never replace the Arabic reading. The Arabic is one they call Quran, not the English one. Yes, the companions know Arabic, but not all of them. Not all Salaf with Arabic literature, Arabic guru, Arabic and everything. Not as even an Arab, maybe an Arab, you may not understand some things about Quran too, which is basic. Just like a Yoruba person, and there's some things in Yoruba that Yoruba person don't even understand when they even some books if it's written. So that's just on that very one. So the Arabic reading is what we should make effort to read more. The question says that is it compulsory to eat iftar before observing Salat? It's not compulsory. Iftar in this case is that just something, but for the short iftar, you take fruit, water is okay to go for Maghrib. The after Maghrib, you come and eat your food, because if the food will affect your prayers, you just take water, sip something, go and pray your this in first. That's what is better as a Muslim. Allahu Alam. Then okay, is it compulsory to pray Tarawih in congregation? It's not compulsory. Even during Ramadan, when they are praying Tarawih, some people doing their tawaf, they won't stop them because both are nafla. So, but it's rewardable and better to join the Jama, as the Salaf used to pray in Jama most of the time for Tarawih. Allahu Alam. So I think that's the last question there. Okay, someone asked that what are the other ibadahs one can do? There are so many. I just wanted to do that Salaf focus more. Yeah, the ibadah of memorizing the Quran, helping the needy, helping the poor, visiting your family members, visiting the hospitals to help visit the sick ones, any kind of zikri, askar, praying nawafil, doing dua, all this, anything that can fetch you the word is allowed in Ramadan. Cleaning the mosque, being the mosque. You can just stay in the mosque, today I want to be in the mosque throughout. You're not going anywhere. It's an ibadah too for Ramadan. So Allah Alam.